So hey you guys, I'm Christian.
And I'm Vera.
And Fabian.
And we are here test driving Fabian's Discovery 3 because he's got a high pressure fuel pump issue. And we want to see if we can get that fixed. Enjoy the video. So we're on a test drive now, and the high pressure fuel system gives him a fault. High pressure fuel rail P2290, and the dealership said he needs a new high pressure fuel pump. And before he's gonna go and get that replaced for an estimate of 4,000 euros, we thought we're gonna do some easy things like changing the diesel filter and inspecting his low pressure fuel system, because most of the time a high pressure fuel system fault is caused by the low pressure fuel system. And hopefully those 40 euros he invested in his fuel filter is gonna fix the 4,000 euro problem.
Hopefully.
And let's see what else we discover. So that's the plan, if Vera wouldn't interrupt permanently.
I had to give directions.
This Discovery you just bought, right?
Yeah, 3 months ago I bought this Discovery, and I have many problems with this right now.
Okay, so my goal is to convince Fabian that this is the right vehicle to drive and that he should not be afraid of any of the technical issues, and they all fixable. The first step is to measure now all the parameters from the low pressure fuel system.
There are several parameters which can be measured on the low pressure fuel system. That is, for example, the voltage of the pump, the current draw, the fuel pressure, and the throughput in liters per minute. A fuel gauge such as a vacuum gauge can be connected to a Schrader valve located in the engine compartment. The voltmeter or ammeter can be connected directly to fuse F1 in the engine compartment.
Didn't pay attention, you know, we're almost done. You want to turn the ignition on, but don't start it. He had 12.5 volts, and what we're gonna do now is the reading of the amps. Okay, and we best do this by jumpering the fuel pump. We don't have to turn the ignition on and off. I'll take this out. So now we're gonna let the diesel pump run. So he's got the same 2 amps I got, and he's got 6 psi. This is almost perfect. 1.9 amps. What is that, 5.8? So we're gonna get this thing in here. Let's see what it delivers. Okay, here's the cell phone. And we're gonna do 1 minute again, right?
Okay.
Start. It's running. Starting. Yeah, it's delivering fuel. There we got the 2 amps, what it's pulling. And his fuel is gonna be warm, okay, because he drove here 25 miles. So I don't know any of this, what I'm doing here. I'm not smart.
You just got a 3-point plan.
I gotta give credit to Robbie from www.disco3.co.uk. He posted a write-up about this entire diagnostics we're doing here. So thanks for this, Robbie. This is very helpful. Easy to read and easy to understand. So we're gonna let it run exactly 1 minute. Yeah, maybe 3 seconds over because I had
So
a
now
little
it's
delay.
1 minute.
Yeah, now I turn it off. That was 1 minute of fuel delivery. And now we check how much fuel we got. Wow. He's got more than we have.
Yeah, but not that much.
Well, he's got 420, but that's because his fuel is warm now.
Yeah, but it's also not 1.6 liters to
No,
3
no.
liters like you were saying.
Yeah, this is warm.
Yeah.
This is the fuel delivery diagnosis. I gotta write this value down, and now we're gonna change the diesel filter. So this is warm. What did I say?
420.
0.42.
Yeah.
Fabian has a different fuel filter because it's a 2009. According to Robbie, the pump should deliver up to 1.6 liters per minute. So 400 milliliters is really bad. So is 300 milliliters from ours. So it's definitely worthwhile changing this filter.
Yes, you're not going to mess it up, sis.
We're not gonna do another Mexican Gulf oil spill. Okay, so this thing has...
It's overflowing, it's overflowing.
So better get me a pad.
Oh, shit.
Special Discovery light.
Well, we need to buy that wood
Is
light.
this making the camera flicker?
No, not yet.
There is the filter. Now we disconnect the water sensor. That's this one. And now we're gonna have to understand how this thing has to be removed, and I have no clue. So I broke it loose or broke it off. Let's hope I broke it loose and not off. And this is probably making a mess now, I would assume, because I'm really good in making a mess. Wow, that's much easier than on ours. There it is. We got it out. But look how this filter looks. It sure does not look like it's 2 years old, doesn't it? It looks much older. So what we're gonna have to do now is replace the sensor here and put it onto the new filter. This is the water sensor, and there are new O-rings included. There is an O-ring here and there is an O-ring here. So are we gonna put a diesel filter into our spare parts package?
Yes, we do.
You gonna order it?
Yes, I'm going to order it.
40 euros you said, right?
40 euros.
So this thing gotta come off. This filter is corroded on the underside.
Yeah.
It's for sure older than...
Maybe he did a lot of
2
wading,
years.
you know.
Okay, so we got a
Stuff
new
we
O-ring
don't do.
here, and we got a new O-ring here. And this thing gotta be on there in a certain arrangement, which of course I don't know. And I also don't know the tightening torque. It gotta point towards drain, you know, so even dumb people know.
Like we.
And I tighten this here. Not very tight, it's just a plastic screw. So this is good enough. And all I gotta do is now plug this thing back in. Gonna get some diesel onto the gasket here, onto the O-ring. I mean, just look how this thing looks. I would almost say it's the original filter.
You think so? Only
This filter looks like it's 10 years old.
Yeah, look at that. It's
It's
bad.
it's really bad. Look, this is galvanized sheet metal. To get this to rust, you need to have quite a few years of serious road conditions on it. Get here some oil onto this plastic and wipe off some of this diesel what we spilled here. And now we get this thing with the unlock sign. There, it's in. Now we rotate it. Okay. So now it's in position. See, there is an arrow here in the plastic, and there's the arrow with a lock on the filter. And there's the plug for the water sensor. So all I gotta do is now plug this in here. So this is really foolproof. Okay. Really easy to do. So clean out my mess. Unfortunately, it's a big mess. So that's it. Everything is clean. Put this cover back on. This is closed. Stop recording. See, I got 2 visitors. Yeah. Take the relay out. Take the fuse out. Same procedure as before. Get the amp meter connected. There. We'll go to amps. Okay. Okay. Here?
Is that from the car or from Robin?
That's from the car. The fuel filter is empty and it needs to be primed first.
Oh, it doesn't. I think it's leaking, Christian. There's noise coming. There's leakage.
It sure doesn't sound nice.
Maybe we should have filled it up first.
What? 2.5 and 5.5, okay? And the pump sounds different. So we write this down. Here, see? It's better. 2.5. Oh, well, it was 5.8 before. And now we're going to check the liters per minute. Okay. Start. The pump is definitely noisier than before, isn't it?
Well, I think
It's definitely noisier. It sounds like it's delivering more fuel.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah.
Yeah, before that we hardly didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
It was like it wasn't even cranking. But let's see, maybe it makes no difference whatsoever.
Yeah, maybe.
2.36, so it's dropping a little bit because it has less resistance now. You know, it doesn't have to push the fuel all the way back into the tank. Now we're letting the fuel come out here, so it has less resistance, and that's why it has less current.
Yeah.
Okay, 60 and stop. Okay, so that was our fuel delivery test.
It's definitely less.
Definitely less. Okay, so we can do it again.
Yeah.
It's not less. It's 400. It's the same.
Ah, yeah.
It's 400. See it? Let's do it again. 1 minute. So this is new filter. This is old filter. Very scientific.
Well, it doesn't matter. At least the filter looked like it needed changing.
Yes, for sure.
You know.
It could also be that all this behaves completely different under load.
Yeah.
Okay, we're all in idle mode here. And stop. If it's
Okay.
400 now, I'm smart enough to find out how
Yeah, but
much
what
that
if it's more now?
is. I'm still
It's gonna
smart.
overflow.
It's 800 now.
So
So it's
it's,
exactly consistent.
Yeah.
See here, it's 800.
Yeah.
This needs to go back into the tank. Okay, so this job is done. Now we're gonna do some more maintenance and then we test drive it. What I wanted to do is also check the fuel filter pressure at 2000 RPM like we did on ours.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna film this here. Idle is 3.2. And how many PSI? 4.5. How much?
3.
It's definitely better than on ours. We had only 2. We had 3.7 and 5. He's got 5.5, 4.5 and 3. So the filter didn't do a big difference. But it's definitely better data than on ours. So we got this. Let's get my mess out here. Fuse back in. So fuel system is done. Okay, just in case somebody doesn't know how to get the oil out, there is a completely wasted oil plug, but Fabian bought a new one. See, this engine is completely dry compared to mine. So he's got a new oil drain plug, and that's the right one. I show you his old one. Before Fabian bought it, it was never anywhere else than in a Landrover dealership. We're never gonna get sponsorship anyway. And whoever put this oil plug in last time really didn't give a damn.
But no?
See how it is? It was also not tight.
Yeah.
Look in the engine compartment. There is even the oil change tag. So it was done at some dealership somewhere.
Too long.
Don't you think a car which has a clean maintenance record from Landrover should not have a old diesel filter like this?
Yeah.
And should not have an oil plug like this?
Yeah.
That's what you need when you're not 6 foot tall.
Oh.
And here it says in the manual, removing the oil filter without any spill. Did I say that I'm good in spilling oil?
Yeah.
It's not sealed anymore. It's gotta come out. The new seal gotta go in. See how it's nicely tapered all the way around? You put this one in the car.
Oh.
Position where it fits. There. Yeah. Yeah. And now you turn it until it's seated. See, there's the end stop, and that's it. Engine oil train plug, 25 Newton meters. Good. So, number 1. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take out a reusable high quality filter. It's this one here, but I just don't like that filter because you can look through it. I think it's actually okay on this vehicle because it got a snorkel. Yeah. But because Fabian bought the original MAN filter, it's a paper filter, and this one has just a much larger filter surface than this one. So we'll put this one in because he bought it. I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
So we're now on a test drive for about 25 miles, and the fault did not appear so far, the high pressure fuel rail fault. When that fault shows up, like most other serious faults in a Discovery, it drops the suspension. It even drops the transmission on this car. So Fabian actually got to stop and restart the vehicle in order to get going again. So that really, really sucks. But so far it's looking good. It did not come back. We're going to be driving for another while. And how many kilometers does it have?
182.
182,000. And so here's my point. This car was basically dealership maintained up until Fabian bought it. So he's got all the original dealership invoices of the entire service record of this vehicle. And we looked through those to see if we find a diesel filter anywhere. and we did not find one. I'm pretty sure the dealership simply forgot to replace that diesel filter. Chances are that we cured this problem with a new 40 euro diesel filter. So it delivered 175 bar. That's not bad. We are about 50 to 60 kilometers into our test drive here on country roads, and the fault did not occur. So hopefully this problem is fixed. And if it is not, we will replace the high pressure fuel pump in one of our next videos, but maybe you will be spared. In any case, hope you like this video. Think twice before you do a 4,000 euro repair. Always check your low pressure fuel system first, exactly how Robbie wrote it up on discovery3.co.uk. And if you liked the video, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate that. And check in next week. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
So I don't know what you guys think, but this filter, look, it's rusty all the way around. It looks like it never got replaced.
There's a lot of stuff.
Well, it's also the chips now.